Hi, fourth graders. For our poetry study today, I'd like to read to you a poem by a man named Robert Frost. He's a very famous American poet, perhaps one of the last very famous poets in our history. I'd read you a little information about him before I read the poem today. Born in San Francisco, Robert Frost settled permanently on a farm in New Hampshire. And if you know that San Francisco is in California, New Hampshire is on the other side of the country if you've been studying your states. After several jobs as a laborer and a period of farming in New England, he was never graduated from college, but he won 25 honorary degrees and was the only poet to receive 4 Pulitzer Prizes, which is a prize that they award writers of different types of things. He said that he wrote this poem almost effortlessly one morning after staying up all night to work on a long poem. It was his favorite poem. He called it my best bid for remembrance, or in other words, his best example of what he wants to remember or to be remembered by. So the title of this poem, of his, among many poems that he wrote, is called Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening. And go ahead and follow along if you have the other link that you can read along with me and play it as many times as you need to. And also, as I read, listen to how my voice goes up and down, and notice if you see sort of a pattern with it. A lot of poetry is written in a way that has you say it in a way that gives it rhythm. So just listen to that as well. Stopping by woods on a snowy evening. Whose woods these are, I think I know. His house is in the village, though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So you'll notice in this poem there are 4 stanzas, kind of like a paragraph. It's broken up into 4 stanzas with 4 lines each, so there are a total of just 16 lines, and it said that he wanted to write a long poem. This isn't too long, but I think it's short, but it tells its message very powerfully. You'll notice a rhyme scheme through here. You'll notice a few words that might be a little tough, but I think for the most part, a 4th grader could understand this poem. The word queer is used in this context as just a word meaning weird. There's a couple other things that I might ask you about in the work that goes along with this, so make sure you check out that Google Doc. And I hope you enjoyed the poem, and I will see you tomorrow for one final poetry read before we wrap up our reading for the year. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.